Hello everybody, welcome back to Return to Ring. It's not, it's E.S.O.
Here you card
Stupid man.
Test your wits and courage in a brand new card game. Tales
Yes, we're back on E.S.O again. Oh, okay, we've got to go. Blackreach Camp, where's that? Blackreach Camp. Why am I not seeing that? Oh, got Sky Shards to get as well. Got another waypoint to get there. Why am I not seeing that? Oh, we're underneath, that's why. What do we need to go to? Got waypoints under there as well to get. More key. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Right, let's go to that one. Look, what's going on? Looks like I picked the right one for change. Back down this way. Ooh.
Looking forward to seeing what you make with that.
Okay. Different way of getting there, but we got there. Oh. Waypoint. Is it this away? Looks more like it's this way.
No guts, no glory. take no pleasure in killing, but I'm glad we're alive and they're not.
One day I must come back to all these places and do these other quests. Used to be the right way.
I came here to learn what the Grey Host has planned, and what did I find? Good citizens of the Holds, afflicted by the Harrow storms and kept prisoner for some ungodly purpose. No matter how many I set free, the Herald will not leave this place. That's all I've been doing, and trying to get these afflicted people to leave this place. The Herald, the storm robs them of their will, their minds. I wasn't able to slip deeper into the camp, though. Agreed. There appear to be a number of Grey Host warlords in the camp, so discovering their plans should be possible. We need to be careful, though. I don't want us to wind up like the Herald, serving as food for these bastards. Messages have been coming and going since I arrived. I've heard the name Rada al-Saran, the Ashen Lord, spoken in hushed and revered tones. His name was on the communique you found, remember? We need to get down there and see what else we can learn. Hiding, building their forces, digging, undermining. That's the correct term, I think. Plus, they're collecting the Herald, herding them like cattle. It's monstrous what they're doing to these poor people.
Yeah, I'm not sure you should be down here as a princess, that
The only
is.
thing I'm sure of is I have to try. If my father won't act, then it falls on me to get things done. It's
Okay
what my
then.
mother...
Right, I just need to check on something before I carry on. I've noticed on my YouTube video that the audio is very low. I think it comes through okay on the stream, I'm not sure. I've had no complaints about the audio on the stream, so take it, it's okay.
Back in the saddle.
Look, on the scaffold. Let's eavesdrop on those
I
werewolves.
left the orders in my tent, but the Ashen Lord was clear. We need more netherroot. See to the undergrove immediately.
As you command, Pintock.
The Undergrove? That sounds important. There, on the left. Let's listen in.
Exarch Zingalis has fallen. I have never seen Rada El Saran, our Ashen Lord, so filled with sorrow, or such rage.
Does the loss of the Exarch alter our plans?
Not in the least. The strike on Solitude will occur as planned after Exarch Ulfra tests the improved ritual in the Undergrove.
An attack on Solitude? We need to move quickly. The Grey Host definitely has something big planned. Let's search the tents for a copy of those orders. That's what we were looking for. Let's talk over there.
Another find for your pack.
Orders from Rada al-Saran. His words sent a chill down my spine. Their plan for Solitude? It might even be more dreadful than an all-out attack. We need to...
Fiends.
What are you attacking us then?
Orders from Rada al-Saran. His words sent a chill down my... You saw what happened at Kilcreath and a family of monsters.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got to look around Black. We came down here to find out what the Grey Host... Then we're done here.
What do you suppose they do for fun around here?
That will do.
Hear ye, card sharps and collectors! Test your wits and courage in a brand new card game, Tales of Tribute.
What do you want?
So, do we have a way to defend against the Harrow Storms, or what?
The elixir should do what we need, provided neither Fen nor I made any miscalculations.
Olin, don't be so negative. The elixir... Oh, good. You're back. Mjolin and I have been discussing the various ways to turn what we've got into a protective elixir. I'm hesitant to get too excited, but I think we've figured out how to defend against the Harrow Storms. The Grey Host uses an unstable mix of alchemy and sorcery to create the Harrow Storms. An arcane ritual and the Netherroot brew focus the power of each Harrow Storm through the prepared witch pikes. Ingenious, but fully exploitable. We can use the refined brew as the basis of our elixir. Now that we understand how the Harrow Storms are created, we can use those same components to replicate the medallion's protective properties. We just need to gather the necessary... Svana's associate, Mog, will procure most of the supplies I need, but there's one final ingredient required. For various reasons, I can't simply walk into the Hall of the Dead and claim it myself. I need you. A holy ointment associated with a god that became popular due to imperial influence. It's used by the...
Okay then.
You'll need my help. I'll meet you at the Hall of the Dead. Mog, put away the tankard and get the supplies Fen requires.
Yes, your royal ladiness. But I'm keeping the tankard.
Solitude's Hall of the Dead. Where would that be? I can't remember.
What are you? Gods, more refugees arrive by the hour. Why does Fargrim hesitate?
The High King issues orders, but all they do is lock away the afflicted. When will we strike back?
Princess Vana, what can I do for you, your highness?
Listen to my friend, High Priest. We need your help.
I'm surprised to see the princess here. As you can see, the influx of refugees has made this place much more hectic than usual. Sacred oil? Strange. That's the second time today someone has come seeking Arkay's anointing balm. Sword Thane Athlet arrived with an edict from the king. Demanded our entire supply. How we're to come... The Sword Thane wouldn't say. He just mentioned that the High King needed it to defend Solitude. I'm sorry I can't comply with the princess's request. Things are hard enough that these refugees must take shelter here among the dead. The Sword Thane took the oil to Castle Dower. That's where all the supplies for a siege are gathered during periods of strife.
That sounds like a lovely place.
I pray that High King Svargrim receives the patience and wisdom required to see us through this crisis. Solitude's foundation began with the construction of Castle Dower. It's the oldest structure in the city, and the most defensible. I tried to move the refugees there for safekeeping, but my request was denied. The High King has other plans, I suppose.
Well. Oh, the wrong direction, Nick.
Hold! Castle Dower is... Princess Svana.
Sword Thane, our business is urgent. My friend...
I don't have time for the princess's proclivities right now. The High King... We barely keep up with the multitude of tasks, so speak quickly and let me get back to it. My orders from the High King were clear. Stockpile the entire supply of sacred oil in the Temple of the Divines here within the confines of Castle Dower. What in Shore's name does the princess need with holy oil anyway? Protection? Truly? The Herald already outnumber my soldiers, and more arrive every day. Still, giving you the oil would violate the High King's edict. I suppose if I have...
A single flask? Fen will have to make do. Let's get it back to...
Sword Thane! Why his work? I gave strict orders, yet my daughter freely enters the castle grounds. What do they want, Sword Thane?
They,
We came to offer our assistance, Father. Sword Thane, how can we help?
Athlet has everything well in hand, child. Despite your intentions, you would only hinder our efforts. Go! The Sword Thane doesn't need my daughter or her wastrel underfoot.
My father's never been what I'd call a warm and caring parent. But this crisis has made him even more distant. Let's get this sacred oil to Fen. My father will certainly change his attitude once we present the protective elixir to him. He's trying to protect me. It's what he does. And leave me out. Though I suppose that's mostly my own fault. I know Mother's death weighs on him, as does this entire crisis. That's why we have to help. This elixir is going to work. It has to. It's not that unusual. Castle Dower is the most defensible part of the city. In the past, we'd gather the people inside the walls. Now my father is using the fortress to house the Herald. They need to go somewhere, right? Come on.
Okay, let's go.
What?
Once it's ready, I'll test the elixir.
As you say, Lyris. Ah, here they come now. You have the sacred oil? Add it to the cauldron. Yes, a perfect fusion. It's ready to be tested. Come, let's talk. With the addition of the sacred oil, the elixir is complete. Before we produce enough to distribute to the people of Western Skyrim, we need to test it. I'm confident of my work, but we're dealing with powerful forces here. We can't wait for the next Harrow Storm to strike, but what you and Svanna learned in Blackreach might help. You heard that Exarch Ulfra was testing Harrow Storm rituals in a place called the Undergrove. We'll go there and let Lyris drink the elixir.
Okay.
During my explorations of Blackreach, I came across an ancient burial site, a place called the Midnight Barrow. This Undergrove must be inside those ruins. Once there, you and Svanna keep watch from a safe distance, while Lyris steps into the storm. From what I could tell, the Midnight Barrow sank into Blackreach in the distant past. Somewhere in its chambers, we'll find the Undergrove. The ruined barrow is in the Lightless Hollow, in the northwest portion of the cavern. We'll meet you there. We're going to find an active Harrow Storm in the Undergrove.
Where do we need to go? To the northwest, isn't it? Midnight Barrow. Let's go there and work it out from there. Oh, okay, it's that way.
Together.
that's not the right way.
Oh, nice. What did you find?
Could have sworn he said northwest, not northeast.
Be nice to get off my feet. Side by side.
By Ismir's beard, I thought I was dead for sure.
For High Isle. Now this is why I joined you.
Please, please, please,
This
please,
is
please,
great.
please don't make me do this. Ah! My damned ancestor is the traitor, Jarl.
Delve.
You and Fen stay put until we clear a path to the Undergrove.
Fine. I saw
don't
my
take all
ancestors' remains in my dreams, but I only know roughly where they are.
Don't you love me, Hagridin? Do you want to see me grow old, wither, and die? There's a small sacrifice for eternity.
Listen to yourself, Licinia. Even one life is too many. I can't make that kind of sacrifice.
Sacrifice? Just what was that woman asking for?
That's the wrong way. If you have something else more important to do, fine. I'll just wait here.
Oh, Lewis. Testy.
You thought no one would find out, that none of us would survive. One is enough to expose your treason.
I gave no such order.
I have your
What if we can get
betrayal
this
in your hand.
sky shard while we're here?
That was his crime? Sending his soldiers into a trap? None of the souls in this horrid pit received a proper burial. Neither will we if we aren't careful.
Jarl Hagridin has a matter of urgency for you to attend to.
What does he know to send us this far into the Reach?
You have your orders, Thane. I trust you know enough to carry them out.
Who was she to be bossing a thing
The end
around?
of that tale. I'm with you, my friend.
For your treason against your hold and your people. To cast you from the halls of your ancestors. May they never know your name.
I did not betray my hold. She's the one who should face your judgment.
No need. We're here.
The princess insisted.
We followed at a safe distance and only advanced after you cleared the way. From this point on, we stay together. And that's an order.
Yes, what she said. Now, let's enter the Undergrove. We need to find where they're experimenting with the Harrowstorms.
You honor me with your presence, my king.
Grey Host, stay quiet and listen.
This Harrowstorm must be the biggest we have ever wrought, my sister-in-arms.
That's the leader of the Grey Host.
Have we heard from Solitude? Is everything in place?
I have been assured the city is ripe for harvest.
Rada al-Saran and Magsorc Ulfra. Should we postpone the test?
Certainly not. The holds are counting on us. Besides, we might be able to end this threat right here and now.
You. The murderers who killed our beloved Singalis.
Werewolf.
And you're about to join him.
Impudent mortal. You will pay for your crime.
Whoa. There is.
Now for the rest of these curs.
My king, allow me the honor of spilling their blood.
Very well, sweet sister. Join me in Greymoor Keep when the task is done.
Harrowstorm.
Harrowstorm, lay the flesh from your bones.
We need to leave. Svanna, no!
Uh-oh.
See to Lyris, Fen, and pray your elixir works. Get back, fiends.
Protect Svanna. She needs time for the elixir to do its job.
Killed my brother. For that, you die!
The elixir. It worked. I think it worked. I stood in a Harrowstorm and nothing happened. Fen's elixir is a success. And we took out another one of the Grey Host leaders. We've done good. Never better. We need to create as much of the elixir as possible and distribute it throughout Solitude before Rada al-Saran's massive Harrowstorm hits. I also want to find out who in the city is helping him. Once my father understands that we have a way to protect against the Harrowstorms, he'll have to take us seriously. Let's get back to the city as fast as we can. I know, right? It happened so quickly. When we confronted Rada al-Saran and Magsorc Ulfra, the Vampire Lord blasted Lyris with his magic. When I saw her fall, I knew I had to act. It certainly gave us a fighting chance. When she called forth the Harrowstorm, I grabbed the elixir from Lyris and barely thought about what I was doing. I just drank it down and walked into the storm.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
I don't disagree, but somebody had to do it. There wasn't any other option. And I'd do it again. My people are counting on me.
Okay then. Okay, that was a bit silly, Nick. Sorry. It's a broken leg between friends.
Enough screaming. This one thinks we should just kill him now.
Perhaps we should feed him to the dog.
I can't believe I'm still alive. That place will haunt my nightmares long after my damned ancestor's ghost gives me rest. May I have him, please? I can't help but pity Hagridden. Despite what he's put me through, I felt his torment. An eternity in the Midnight Barrow seems cruel, even for a traitor. From what I saw, it seems like he was the one who was betrayed. Was he really innocent? That was my feeling, but I didn't know if it was Hagridden affecting me. I wonder what became of the woman who betrayed him. Did she get what she desired from those people's sacrifice? I'll take them to a temple for consecration, and see that he gets a proper burial. It won't be a Jarl's funeral, but hopefully it'll allow him to reach Sovngarde. Then I can...
If you see a pawn shop, give a shout. I want to get a gift
Hear
for
ye,
Aurelia. card sharps and collectors. Test your wits and courage in a brand new card game. Tales of Tribute.
What do you want?
Listen to your daughter, Svargrim. We need to do something.
Don't test me, Redharn. I know exactly what I need to do. Our enemies circle ever closer, and now even my daughter turns against me. What's next? Will my beloved wife return to accuse me of some heinous crime? Well, get to it. Tell me about Svana's miraculous elixir before I have the lot of you tossed out. You represent my most hated enemy, and expect me to believe a word you say? Even if you speak true, worms have found purchase in the wood and seek to rot my kingdom from within. I will not let Solitude and the Western Holds fall.
You're a dick.
Trust Svana. Perhaps. No. No! Your honeyed words are but echoes of my most obstinate foes. You offer a miracle with one hand, while holding a poison dagger and hell! I need no help from the likes of you!
Don't be a fool, father! This elixir will save our people!
I didn't think you had it in you, daughter. You have actually surpassed my expectations, more's the pity. And I'll hear no more talk of this miracle elixir!
Father!
The Grey Host is my true ally. Once the Harrow Storm engulfs Solitude, my kingdom will endure for all eternity.
I knew it.
I should have sensed it. Svargrim's a vampire.
Svanna.
Not now, Lyris. I need to think about this.
Svargrim's a bastard, but King Yoren believed he had the best interest of his people at heart. Obviously, something changed. And with Solitude targeted for a massive Harrow Storm, things have gotten more complicated. Not everything is as grim as it appears. We did create an elixir. That's our best chance of protecting the people from the Harrow Storm. We just need to distribute it. In the meantime, take this. It may not seem like much, but you earned it.
Father,
You're always striving to learn something new. One of my favorite...
My father, working with the Grey Host. How long has he been a part of this? Did he have a hand in Mother's death? And what has he told them? It's almost too much to bear. And then there's the Harrow Storm. My friend, I don't know what to do. You're right. I know you're right. It's just... he's my father. No. I have to focus. There's a Herostorm coming. We have to save the city. That's what's important, right? I'm not sure we can. But we can make more of Fenn's elixir. Get it into the hands of the people.
They've taken it! By the gods, it's fallen!
Fallen? What are you talking about?
The Grey Host. They came out of nowhere, captured the temple and the Tower of the Wolf. We're locked out!
Then the sacred oil.
Damn it all! I need to get down there!
Follow him! Now, soldier, tell me exactly what happened.
We're done. The Grey Host has found a foothold. Now the city is lost.
Not yet, it isn't. On your feet, Sorthane. We have work to do.
Yet, I apologize for that display. Tell the princess... Tell her it won't happen again. You need to understand. I pledged my sword and my soul to the High King. We all did. And he betrayed us. Nothing good, I'm sure. The Grey Host appeared out of nowhere, and not that I can think of. But what does it matter?
That's unacceptable, Sorthane. If we can't get the sacred oil to make more elixir, then we have to stop the Herostorm.
Princess, we've kept watch. There aren't any witch pikes around the city.
Then you missed something. They needed the witch pikes for every other Herostorm they summoned.
Of course. Blackreach. The Grey Host must have gained access to the temple from beneath the city.
They could easily hide the witch pikes underneath our feet.
We know the Grey Host has been using Blackreach to clandestinely move around Western Skyrim. Why not launch their attacks from there?
Then we're going back to Blackreach. If the witch pikes are there, we'll destroy them.
Yoren sent me with a warning for Solitude. Now I'm about to march into the starless depths of Blackreach to try to avert a massacre. How do I keep getting myself into these kinds of situations? I thought you knew me better than that. Taking on the impossible challenge, beating the unbeatable foe. This is what I'm good at. So yes, I do have to do Svargrim. To cast his lot with the Grey Host, one step at a time. First, we make our way down into Blackreach.
As a junior member of House Ravenwatch, I never expected to be in the thick of things like this. I have to say, it's a tad overwhelming. Am I looking forward to going back to where Singalis experimented on me? Not even remotely. But I want to see this through to the end. The Grey Host can't summon the Herostorm without performing their ritual. And we know that requires witch pikes, so there's that. Plus the usual assortment. I had hoped to secure the sacred oil, and make enough elixir to distribute throughout the city. But we're running out of time. Our best bet now is to find the ritual. You're absolutely right.
My father. A vampire. He sat on his throne, pretended to mourn for my mother, and said he had a plan. But all the while he was preparing the city for the Grey Host. He's worse than a monster. He's a traitor and a liar. I know. It's just... Look, we were never close. Not really. But he's my father. My king. What about you? Could you... Such confidence. As sharp and as cold as my dagger's blade. Lives hang in the balance. But I'm conflicted about committing. I'm going to do whatever I can to stop the Herostorm and save Solitude and its people. After that, we decide what needs to be done about Svargrim. It must be right beneath our feet, or close to it. From...
be back in a moment. Sorry about that. Quick bio. Right. It looks like we came to the right portal anyway, so we need to go over there.
On the move.
That's ominous. And, unless I miss my guess, it's directly under Solitude. That's our target. The ritual site must be somewhere inside that horrid structure. I scouted the area before you arrived. It's full of Grey Host forces. And from what I could tell, Svagrim and Rada al-Saran are both inside.
Let's get down there.
Not so fast. If we rush down as a group, they'll be on us like a snow bear on a horker. You go ahead. Try to cross the bridge to the main entrance. It's well guarded, but you're more than capable. Or you could try the alternative. There's a sluice gate in the outer courtyard, tucked away against the keep's eastern wall. The few patrols in that area can be avoided if you're stealthy. Opening the gate requires a key, but that should be simple enough to find. You know your strengths and weaknesses better than I do. Play to those. But whichever path you decide, move quickly. We need to find the ritual site and cross the bridge. That's a good question.
Lyris is so
Right,
intimidating.
well then.
How can you stay so calm around someone so powerful?
Cross the bridge it is then. Go ahead, sneaking. Let's do this.
I hope I was of some assistance.
Your prowess was befitting a knight. Well done.
Nice of you to join us.
I don't understand. What am I supposed to do with these flasks?
If we run into trouble, throw one of them at the source.
Split up and find the ritual site. We need to disrupt it.
Split up? I suppose that makes sense. I'll go with our friend here.
Woo! Little gargoyle.
Hello. This looks important. This book? I recognize the handwriting. It's Singalis'. It's more of his research. Harrowstones, witch pikes, netherroot brew. How it all worked together for the benefit of the Grey Host. This might be something. I just need to skim through these assumptions and incantations. What's this? Instructions on the placement of runes throughout Greymoor. All the way to the magic I sensed earlier. It was
Okay.
The Harrowstones steal life energy and use almost.
That looks like the skeleton cat from Divinity Original Sin 2. Okay, we're going up here.
Stendarr see you safely to your rest.
There they are!
Lyris, Svanna, I think this entire tower functions as a witch pike.
What? Fen, how is that even possible?
The energy! It burns!
That's my father! This way!
Pain is part of the process, Svargrim.
It's exquisite! My master.
Once you are attuned to Greymoor, the storm will be yours to command. Rise, Svargrim, and unleash my storm upon Solitude. Then the last of the Grey Host shall be reborn.
The Ashen Lord. He turns Svargrim into the heart of his Harrowstone.
They're moving higher up the tower. We need to follow them!
You and Fen take these stairs. Svanna and I will go this way.
Look, a Grey reliquary. It's massive. Just like the storm they planned to unleash on the city.
Your prowess was befitting a knight. Well done.
these corridors lead upward. They should take us to Svargrim and Rada al-Saran.
I do believe we're good at this.
A knight never yields!
And so the thorns arrive once more to prick my thumbs.
A barrier.
And Rada al-Saran?
Your persistence begins to annoy me, mortal. You killed my beloved brother and sister, Singalis and Ulfra. I freed them and you sent them back. Back to the hated Molag Bal. I will see you suffer for that transgression. As much as it would please me to flay the flesh from your bones, I have more pressing matters to attend to. But know this, as I felt each death, you shall feel it when the Harrow Storm takes every life in Solitude. You shall feel it when you fail. Bold words, but futile. Svargrim rises and the Harrow Storm with him. Once the attunement is finished, they will be unstoppable.
What happened? What did that damn vampire do?
He's merging the power flowing through the keep with Svargrim, giving him control of the Harrow Storm.
Then you must undo it. I'll stay and help. Leaders, you and our friend keep going up and find my father.
Oh, didn't like the look of all that.
Energy. They're waking up. Get ready to fight.
Stow your weapons, my friend. We've won.
Keep moving. Don't let them surround us.
Medieval play. Nice. Nice name.
Come on, we're nearly through.
What do you say to some celebratory sweets?
A dead end?
We weren't able to stop the attunement spell. It's just getting stronger.
That tower. It must lead to the upper levels. I need time to get that door open.
Everyone, protect Fen!
You've met your match.
through the door and to the upper levels now. Hurry!
Now, we just... The whole keep. The shaking is getting worse.
Damn magic! Give me something to hit!
The attunement is complete, Spark.
Salsaran.
You and Greymoor keep are one.
Power! I am unstoppable!
We need to hurry.
I leave the harrowing of solitude to you, little king. Remember your oath to me.
Rada al-Saran is leaving. Why?
Okay. Well, that was spelling go dormant.
So high up, but still far beneath the ground.
Side by side! Let's work together!
Hold, friends! We followed the boom.
Oh my.
What is it now, Fen?
Oh, nothing. Just don't look down.
Come on, Larry, smooth. Reach the surface.
These tunnels look freshly dug. The Grey Host has certainly been busy. Harrow Fiends. Is that what became of the herald Svargrim brought to Castle Dower?
I take no pleasure in killing.
Harrow Fiends.
And I'm glad
Corralled
you're
like
alive and
warhounds
they're
about to
not.
be set loose.
Up ahead. That's the temple's undercroft.
Drake, I didn't think you could get more powerful.
Is that Princess Anna?
Harrowstorm. It's begun.
Look, above the tower of the wall. The storm's only partially formed.
My father's up there. Open the gates and let's go.
Are the Harrow Fiends below the temple? If they escape into the streets.
You and I will keep that from happening. Take the princess and deal with Svargrim, partner.
Stendarr was with us in that fight.
Here we go.
Come to bear witness to my ascension. Rada al-Saran has given me power beyond anything you can imagine. Behold!
Oh, he's got some HP. So, tank about the boss. Isabel.
How is this possible?
Enough, father!
All right.
My father betrayed everything to aid the Grey Host. With his death, Solitude is saved. It's done. We killed my father and ended the Herostorm. The city still stands. Skyrim still stands. Although the Tower of the Wolf may have been damaged beyond repair. No, of course not. My father was the High King of Western Skyrim. I always thought he had the best interests of our holds and our people in his heart. But there was a darkness there. Jealousy, bitterness. He wanted to control all of Skyrim. For Svargrim, yes, I think it was. As for Rada al-Saran and the Grey Host, I'm not entirely sure what they're after. Enough of this. I need to get to work. With my father gone, someone has to pick up the pieces and restore the holds. First, on behalf of Western Skyrim, take this with my thanks. We would have been lost without you. Then, rest. Check on our friends. Injuries must be tended to, buildings repaired. Other wounds will take longer. We'll have more to do soon enough. Whatever Rada al-Saran and the Grey Host were planning, I think the worst is behind us as far as Western Skyrim is concerned. With Svargrim dead, their grip on the holds comes to an end. Not officially. At least I don't think so. I feel like the whole world's crumbling around me. But the city's still standing, so that's something. I'm more worried about our friends. We left Lyris and Fen to hold of a horde of Hero fiends. Hopefully they were able to hold the courtyard and keep those monsters out of the city. You go on ahead and check on them. I need to collect myself. Solitude needs Princess Svanna now. And I'm not quite ready to be her. Thank you. Help them and anyone else as best you can. I'll do the same. Once you're done with them, I'll find you and we can figure out what to do next. Gods, I hope so. Haven't we dealt with enough already? I need to see what happened firsthand. All the suffering and pain my father caused. I can't undo it, but I can make amends. Or at least try to.
Are you a vendor?
If you
Yes,
don't see me here
Oh, no,
selling
you
my
don't.
guild's goods,
Guild stores. Okay.
Tell me truthfully, Lyris. How much
Well
of this
done,
blood is
Lewis.
mine?
Not enough to be worried about.
You did it. I shouldn't be surprised. But things were looking rather bleak before the clouds parted. We held the gate as long as we could, but the Harrow Fiends were a flood of claws and teeth. Once they burst through, Lyris cleaved through them like a scythe through wheat. But even she couldn't stem the tide. I'm not really sure. I kind of went wild. Let out my inner beast, as it were. I was rending and slashing. Then Lyris whacked me with the flat of her blade. At least that's the last thing I remember. Not my finest hour, but we survived. The elixir is my next priority, of course. As long as the Harrow Storms are still a threat, we need a defense against them. After that, I want to examine the records we took from Greymoor Keep. I still think there's a cure for the Herod in there. Sadly, I don't think there's any hope for them. Their life energy was sucked dry, turning them into feral beasts. Restoring them is beyond my capabilities, I'm afraid. At least with the Herod, they're not so far gone as to be a lost cause. As soon as we produce enough of it, yes. We saw how it protected Svanna. Now, where did I put...
So, is it over? What happened to Svargrim? And where's Svanna? A parent's betrayal cuts deeper than a sword. But Svanna's strong. Stronger than she's been given credit for. And Solitude's going to need that strength in the coming days. If you told me the tavern rat we met at the Lonely Troll would become my choice to lead this land, I'd have called you mad. Then again, my king's a skald, so what do I know? Come on, there's probably something productive we should be doing. Find out if everyone in the Hall of the Dead is all right. I'll make sure Castle Dour is secured. We did our best to hold the Harrow Fiends inside Castle Dour, but nothing short of stone walls were going to keep those monsters from pushing through. Seemed like everyone I killed was replaced by 2 more. Almost didn't. We were nearly overrun before Fen went wild. I've never seen him like that, snarling and showing what a true vampire can do. Took the Harrow Fiends by surprise and we routed them. I did have to thwack him to clear his head, though.
Is Lyris seeing someone that you know of? You know what? Don't answer that. Forget I asked. Where were we going next? Ready to ride.
I hope to be done here soon.
Ha! Good to see you aren't raising bugs with Ismir just yet.
We saw the storm break.
I regret we didn't throw a beret to welcome you back, but I'll cheer enough for 100 souls if you tell me you put that backbiter of a High King to the sword. But what of Svanna? Is she? That's good, but a daughter shouldn't have to kill her own father. Svanna has my support, for whatever that's worth. She's going to need all the help she can get in the days to come. Not until we hold a moot to support her claim, and we need more than a single Jarl for that to occur. If Svanna proves herself as the acting Jarl, they might look past her father's failings and make her the queen. Eventually. We can settle the matter of the crown when there's kingdom enough to rule. What remains of the holds are still ravaged by the Harrow Storms, and I doubt we've seen the last of the Grey Host, for that matter. None good, but none bad either. My wife knows better than anyone how to care for our people. I trust she and my Thane to protect and care for Morthal in my absence.
We seem to have survived, thank the gods. I thought for certain we were all about to witness the end of the world. No thanks to Svargrim, damn his eyes. After you and the princess went off to Blackreach, I gathered whoever we could, and made our stand here in the Hall of the Dead. I'm just glad we don't have to be permanent residents. Far fewer than I feared when the storm began. Thanks to you and the Princess, with the storm over and the Grey host driven from Castle Dower, my soldiers will get the city back into shape. As long as no one else attacks us in the meantime.
They're here! They're at the gates!
The Grey host? I thought we were done with them for now.
Not the Grey host! The Skald King with an army from the east!
What treachery is this?
To the gates. We'll give the Skald King a proper welcome, one way or another.
Sailing giants.
Hear ye, card sharps and
Never
collectors.
imagined.
Test your wits and courage in a brand new card game.
Stand down, you idiots! We come in peace.
Partner, could really use your knack for diplomacy right now. Speak to the Skald King before we start a war.
Sure save me from fools and prophets. Will no one properly greet a weary traveler? Oh, familiar face. Maybe you can talk some sense into these Western milk drinkers. We're not a damn invasion. We're here to help. Do you know what's going on? So the rumors are true? Svargrim joined the Grey host? I knew he had ambitions, but to throw away his humanity like that, it's inconceivable. Svargrim once told me that he would die before welcoming me to solitude. I suppose he was right. That's why I sent Lyris here in the first place. I'm not the king of these holds, though. I can't do anything if they refuse my help. Svargrim despised me. He would never accept my aid. But Svanna... here she comes now. Let's see what she has to say.
You know,
We
I
have no
heard
need
a
of
rumor
help
that
that
the
involves
Skald King
welcoming
is
your
seeing
soldiers
someone.
within our walls.
They must be quite a person
My
to stand up to
walls,
his
My
personality.
father may have been willing to slap aside a helping hand, but I'm not. Permit me? Thank you. For holding the line, I mean. I'm ready to do what I should have done a long time ago. To do what my father never could. I'll speak with the Skald King. There's one more thing I'd like you to do while I entertain our guests. We saved Solitude, but our war with the Grey host is far from over. We need Fenn's elixir more than ever. With that, and King Yoren's help, we might just push these monsters back into their grave for good. Check on Fenn's progress, please. That depends on Fenn. If there's anything standing in his way, let me know, and I'll do everything in my power to get him what he needs. Fenn is with old Mjolnir at the Mages Guild. When you're finished with him, join me in the courtyard of the Blue Palace. I'm going to hold a moment of remembrance for this city. We all need a moment to mourn what we lost. I'm going to invite the Skald King to join us. If the people of Solitude see him bow his head along with the rest of us, they may not care about the divide between the East and the West.
What is it? Have a passion for alchemy? Be a part of my exciting research.
Ingenious. A rare thing to find an elf with the makings of a clever woman.
Despite what my kin might proclaim, it's not all in the blood. Ah, good, you're here. We've made a breakthrough. I was just discussing a theory with Mjolnir, and it seems like we're very close to turning this elixir into a true restorative. A cure. Singolis's research on the nether root showed me just how it weakens the connection between a body and soul. Thus far I've been able to inure a person to the root, but now I'm certain I can use that knowledge to heal those weakened bonds. Well, it is just a theory at this point. There's a lot more testing and experimentation to be done before we can produce a viable antidote. Weeks, optimistically? I know. We can't simply put things on hold. Mjolnir and I have a batch brewing right now, and materials to keep producing for another day. Ingert's promised us a steady supply of Arcase oil, but that's not our limiting factor. We know enough about Singolis's refinement processes to replicate his methods, but we still need a source of netherroot to do so. Tell Svanna that if she can keep us supplied, we can produce enough elixir for all the holds in a matter of weeks. We can ransack Greyhost's stockpiles, or mount an expedition into Blackreach. Otherwise, it would take decades of work to produce a proper crop. After we get the elixir squared away, we'll turn our attention to curing the Herald. Indeed. As I surmised, the Grey Reliquaries contained the remains of ancient Greyhost warriors. They served as a connection to the souls trapped in Cold Harbor. Using the energy from the Harrowstorms, the souls were pulled into the stone husks. I believe the stone husks are incubators of a sort. The physical forms of the Grey Host are reincorporated within the stone vessels, through a mix of Singolis's alchemy and sorcery, and the magic of the Ice Reach witches. When whole, they burst free.
What?
I was hoping you'd return before we began. Tell me you've got good news. I'll feel a lot better delivering a speech about healing and hope, knowing that we're on the road to recovery. What did Fen have to say about the elixir? Now that would be cause for celebration. If he can really bring back even a fraction of those we lost to the Harrowstorms, I'm willing to try. That's all I needed to hear. We should begin the ceremony before the crowd grows more... Nothing fancy. Just a traditional Nord wake. To mourn and celebrate those we've lost, and cherish the lives we still have. I'd like you to join us. None of us would be here to sing dirges for the dead or celebrate the living if not for you. I certainly wouldn't be here, ready to lead my hold. You've supported me since I started down this path. I'm honored to have you here at the end. Sons and daughters of Skyrim, we have the honor today of remembering the dead.
Honor to the fallen!
Sons and daughters of Skyrim, our trials were fierce, but we are still here.
We stand and we remain!
Now, we raise our voices to tell Sovngarde of the coming of the worthy dead, and to tell the world that the Nords are still here! We are still standing!
The fallen now march home to hallowed halls, to join our ancestors in boundless drink and song and brawls. Let sound the horns, let peal the bells, let loose the ancient hymn. We will remain until time ends, we children of Skyrim.
Very nice. Finished? Bruce?
I'm glad to be done with this. Diplomacy and investigation aren't my favorite pastimes. They seem to suit you, though. You stepped up to the task better than I could have hoped. I'll be staying so long as Joran's here, or until I can persuade him to send me after Rada al-Saran. That leech owes a lot of blood to us, and I intend to squeeze it out of him. We have to find him first. Whatever his plans were after sacking Solitude, we haven't uncovered them. With any luck, the Skull King will send me on a raid of the Grey Host, and I can beat some answers out of a few of them. Count on it.
Okay then. Looks like we've finished that then for the time being. I'm not sure there's any more to come from that. Collection. Champion. Now what was I working on? So unless we get an update, we will be moving on to Deadlands. Oh no. Markarth. What's next after Greymoor? I'm doing Markarth next. Let's get that quest. Despot. Markarth. But if we do get any more about the Skyrim, we shall do that though. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget if you're watching on YouTube, please leave a like and subscribe. I shall see you all soon. This is Olgrey signing up.